Imagine, if you will, a pivotal moment suspended in time, where destiny hung precariously in the balance. On a distant ocean, an inferno erupted, consuming giants, forever altering the course of a global war. A meticulously planned empire, seemingly invincible, suddenly faced a silent, terrible, and unforeseen reckoning. Yet in the quiet halls of command, a different spirit stirred. A desperate, daring gamble unfolded. This is a story not just of war, but of impossible courage against overwhelming odds, a fragile hope. In the vast canvas of the Pacific, a small island, Midway, held the key to an empire. Carriers, these behemoths of steel and flight, were the new kings, their power unchallenged. On one side, 4 American carriers, weary but resolute, prepared for the ultimate challenge. Facing them, the mighty Imperial Japanese Navy, with 8 Titans, seemed utterly unstoppable. Outnumbered 2 to 1, this was an impossible gamble, a strategic risk rarely contemplated. The stakes were monumental: control of the Pacific, perhaps even the entire global conflict itself. What if such an underdog could prevail? What if fate could be bent in mere fleeting minutes? This battle would reshape the war's entire trajectory, a turning point etched in history. It was a tale of strategic genius, woven with threads of incredible bravery and sheer human will. A desperate time called for desperate measures, a collective courage beyond mere measure. And yes, a touch of extraordinary luck, a serendipitous alignment of critical converging circumstances. In the summer of 1942, the Pacific was about to bear witness to a profound miracle. These were ordinary men, facing an extraordinary moment, forever bound by history's turning tide. Their story, deeply personal, reflects the immense human cost and the triumph of the spirit. Come, let us journey back and truly feel this profound story unfold before our very eyes. We'll explore the strategic chessboard, the moves, the counter-moves, and the fateful decisions made, and understand how a gamble, truly impossible, forever changed the destiny of the entire world. The world held its breath, a storm brewing. Not just Europe, but the vast blue Pacific too. Life continued, a fragile peace. The thunder seemed distant, but change was coming, inevitable and vast. But far across the waves, ancient pride stirred. A nation felt destiny beckon, dreaming of a new dawn. Pearl Harbor, a sudden deep wound, shattering dreams of peace, a truly devastating blow, forever felt. Japan stood triumphant, seemingly invincible. The rising sun cast its long, daunting shadow across the Pacific. Island after island fell. Nation after nation yielded. A terrifying, relentless march across the vast blue. The speed was breathtaking, unbelievable. They moved like a force of nature, unstoppable, relentless, utterly unforgiving. The Philippines, once a bastion, crumbled, a painful reminder of war's brutal, unexpected, devastating fury. From Malaysia's dense jungles, whispers of defeat carried. Hope dimmed with each passing heavy-hearted day. Singapore, thought impregnable, fell with a heavy heart. A proud empire reeled, a stinging, crushing defeat. The Dutch East Indies, rich with oil, succumbed, a crucial prize, now fueling Japan's mighty war machine. Resources of a conquered empire flowed. Japan's war machine roared, growing ever stronger, ever more fearsome. A deep despair settled. The world watched, questioning if Japan's relentless advance could ever truly be stopped. Across America, the news was a bitter pill. Shock, disbelief, a nation grappling with its own raw vulnerability. Yet, beneath the grief, a quiet resolve hardened. A sleeping giant was slowly, surely awakening from slumber. Factories once silent, now hummed, a symphony of steel. The Titans stirred, preparing for the inevitable fight. Far from chaos, Admiral Yamamoto, profound intellect, weighed his audacious plan, a master strategist at work. He was the mind behind Pearl Harbor's blow. Brilliant, yes, but perhaps dangerously ambitious, always seeking more. He understood power. He envisioned Japan ruling the seas, a future fueled by incredible, dangerous foresight. Then, a new face. Admiral Nimitz, emerging from shadows, bearing the weight of a crippled fleet. Pressure mounted, a crushing burden. He inherited a nightmare, yet Nimitz refused to yield, steadfastly. Quietly, thoughtfully, he began to rebuild, to strategize, a steady hand guiding through the storm's fury. In this new war, the mighty battleship's reign ended. A new king, unforeseen and powerful, ascended. The aircraft carrier, with winged warriors, dictated fate. Power projected far across the ocean's vastness. Two distant fleets, Japanese and American, slowly approached. An inevitable collision across vast, unforgiving waters. The very soul of the Pacific hung. A decisive battle soon unfolding would shape the course of history. Yamamoto's next move, audacious, daring, aimed to deliver a final, crushing blow at tiny Midway. Unknown to him, quiet intelligence offered Nimitz a fleeting, desperate chance, a glimmer in the dark. The stage was set. Two brilliant minds, two powerful fleets, poised for history's greatest naval clash. And in that ocean's vastness, history would soon turn. A pivotal moment for all of mankind. After Pearl Harbor, Admiral Yamamoto knew America would return. He needed a final, decisive blow. The path ahead was perilous, a desperate gamble indeed. He felt the weight of an empire. His audacious plan: draw out America's remaining carriers, then crush them utterly. This was the core. Midway Atoll, a small, vital U.S. outpost, became the unsuspecting bait in his intricate trap. To eliminate the U.S. Pacific Fleet, that was the grand and urgent strategic goal, truly. By seizing Midway, Japan could create an unassailable outer defense perimeter. A fortress, truly. America would then be powerless, unable to retaliate. This was the hope, the grand vision. Yet, in this bold scheme, a dangerous seed was sown, a deep-seated, quiet overconfidence. Their earlier victories whispered of invincibility, blinding them slightly to the shifting tides. They believed a single, knockout blow could end the war. A fatal miscalculation, perhaps. The sheer complexity of their multi-pronged invasion force was breathtaking, almost overwhelming to manage. Battleships, carriers, troop transports, an immense armada gathered, poised for a grand assault. Thousands of men, untold resources, all committed to this colossal, desperate and urgent enterprise. Even unseen, silent hunters, submarines, played their vital role in this intricate, deadly dance. And above them all, squadrons of aircraft, the true teeth of this colossal invasion force. Coordinating such an immense force was a logistical nightmare, a symphony of synchronized movements. Every ship, every plane, every man had a precise role, timing crucial for success. Admiral Nagumo, leading the carrier strike, bore the immediate burden of this immense gamble. To further divide U.S. forces, a diversionary attack was planned far to the north. Yet, unseen, a flicker of light. American intelligence was already listening, piecing things together. Yamamoto's trap was audacious, but a counter-trap was slowly, quietly beginning to form. This was a desperate gamble, an all-or-nothing moment for the Imperial Japanese Navy. The future of an empire, its destiny, rested on the success of this immense operation. Every sailor, every pilot, carried the heavy weight of national expectation upon their shoulders. Once set in motion, there would be no turning back. The die had been cast. A deceptive calm hung over the Pacific, hiding the brewing storm, the impending clash. Beneath the steel and strategy, human hearts beat, each carrying their own hopes and fears. Yamamoto had made his choice, a bold, confident strike that would forever alter history's path. The vast Pacific held its breath, awaiting the thunderous roar of battle. The reckoning. The stage was set, the players in motion, for the turning point that lay ahead. The vast Pacific held secrets, untold stories. A hidden hand was about to change everything, unseen. While grand strategies unfolded, a quieter, profound battle was waged. History's whispers echoed in shadowed rooms. Hope rests on shoulders unknown. in overlooked places. Their quiet strength, a flicker of light, would guide. A secret weapon, not of steel or fire, but of intellect, lay hidden, patiently waiting to be revealed. Far from battlefields, in sun-drenched Hawaii, stood a place called Station Hypo, a silent beacon. It was a world unto itself, ceaseless activity, where ordinary people performed extraordinary tasks daily. Day and night, machines hummed, a constant heartbeat in the race against an unknown, formidable foe. Equations filled the air, a silent language of war, painstakingly deciphered, piece by patient piece. Dedicated men and women of Hypo, unsung heroes, worked tirelessly, driven by profound purpose daily. These were the giants, quiet minds whose brilliance would pierce the fog of war, unsung, profound heroes. From the ether, whispers arrived, fragments of grand design, carried on invisible waves across the sea. Each burst of static, each coded message, held untold weight, a perilous, vital puzzle piece. Their monumental task, breaking Japan's naval code, JN-25B, a complex, seemingly impenetrable shield. It was a labyrinth of symbols, an elegant, deadly language designed to keep its secrets hidden. The enemy believed their communications inviolable, a fortress of secrecy. But cracks slowly appeared. In the quiet hum of machines, hope wrestled with despair, a relentless, often solitary intellectual battle. A new dictionary of war was being built, word by precious word, gaining hard-won knowledge daily. A single word, a small phrase, could unlock strategies. Such rare breakthroughs fueled their enduring spirits. They worked as one mind, a collective intelligence chipping away at the impenetrable with true dedication. Every false lead, every dead end, met renewed resolve. The stakes were simply too high. The JN-25B code, once a fortress, began to reveal its hidden truths, delicate, intricate patterns. They were not just decoding, they were reading the enemy's mind, a direct line to their intentions. The clock ticked louder with each passing day. Time was not merely short, it became a foe. Intercepted messages spoke of AF, a major target. But where was it? A crucial puzzle, a vital clue, a brilliant deception was needed to confirm AF, a final clever trick. Commander Rochefort, a true genius, devised a daring plan to unveil the enemy's true target. Midway was instructed to transmit an unencrypted message, a ruse, a bait for listening enemy. The ruse worked. Japanese forces intercepted it, unknowingly confirming AF was indeed Midway. Midway. The target was confirmed. A collective breath was held as its gravity settled. Now, the critical task, determining the exact date of the Japanese attack. Precision was key. Every fragment of intelligence was scrutinized, analyzed, and pieced together with urgent, desperate hope. Through sheer tenacity, the attack date was revealed. June 4th or 5th. A truth emerged. This was it. Crucial intelligence, a gift born of relentless work, was finally complete. The impenetrable shield of secrecy was broken, revealing the enemy's intentions, a strategic marvel. The message, brimming with untold power, began its urgent journey up the command chain. From quiet rooms of Hypo, the fate of the Pacific War traveled in a small packet. Admiral Nimitz received the intelligence, absorbing its weight, the enormity of opportunity and risk. An audacious, high-stakes decision was now required. History held its breath, awaiting his choice. He gambled everything, his fleet, his reputation, on the reliability of these precious messages. His plan was daring, an ambush, turning hunter into hunted. A moment of true courage. He committed his smaller fleet, trusting in the unseen advantage. In Station Hypo's heroes, the stage was set. A dramatic ambush unlike any before, poised to rewrite nation's future. This single decision, born of trust and daring, would change the course of global war. The silent battle was won, its fruits ready to blossom into history's most pivotal clash. In the quiet of his office, A heavy decision weighed upon Admiral Nimitz. A gamble, born of desperate times. The Pacific, an endless canvas for a deadly game. Midway, a small dot, held the balance. He knew the risks, the immense stakes. His heart, heavy with the weight of so many lives. His audacious decision, to send his small, precious carrier force against an overwhelming enemy. A true test. The Enterprise, pride of the fleet, sliced through waves. Her destiny intertwined with the fate of nations. On the Hornet, men worked tirelessly, preparing for the unknown. Each rivet, a prayer for safe return. And Yorktown, barely breathing after Coral Sea, she seemed beyond hope, a broken, valiant spirit. But brave hands, fueled by grit and desperation, worked miracles. 3 days, a testament to American spirit. She sailed again, a phantom, wounded but defiant. A miracle, powered by the sheer will of men. 3 carriers, now a beacon of hope, vanished into the ocean's immensity. The ambush was set. Dawn broke, painting the ocean in hues of promise. A deceptive calm before the storm's fury. The vast Pacific, a theater of titans where fleets could disappear, swallowed by the sheer expanse. Our carriers, hidden by the ocean's embrace, waited, patiently, holding their breath in the quiet vastness. Meanwhile, the mighty Japanese armada advanced, confident, believing themselves unseen, masters of the Pacific. It was a chess game on the grandest scale, played with ships and lives by 2 brilliant minds. Nimitz, a master strategist, anticipated every move. His daring play, a whisper across the water. Radar screens flickered, searching for ghosts in the dark. The fog of war began to descend. Silence on the bridge, heavy with expectation. Every ripple, every shadow, held profound significance. Naval maneuvers, delicate as a dance, yet holding life or death. The ballet of steel and sea. The waiting, a timeless torture, stretched endlessly. Every minute, a test of nerve and spirit. Then, the true fog of war descended, literally. Mist veiled the sea, hiding friends and foes. Planes launched into the grey embrace, searching for specters, their vital mission shrouded in uncertainty. American scouts, eyes strained, peered into the void. Hope and anxiety, their constant companions. Japanese scouts, too, crisscrossed the ocean's vastness. Both sides, groping in the immense, blind dark. The Pacific, a cruel mistress, swallowed fleets whole. Finding anything was like seeking a single whisper. Hours passed, then days. Scouts returned, empty-handed, their faces etched with the agony of failure. Frustration mounted on carrier decks. The colossal Japanese fleet remained stubbornly, eerily invisible. Whispers of near misses, fleeting glimpses. The enemy, a shadow, just beyond reach, a nerve-wracking dance. The Japanese fleet, still elusive, moved like a ghost. Their presence, felt but not seen. The desperate need for eyes on the enemy grew. A single report could change everything, forever. High above, B-17 bombers flew, their silver wings glinting. Their mission, to find a needle. First American bomber attacks, largely ineffective. Bombs fell, creating distant splashes, but little damage. The Japanese, unperturbed, swatted them away like flies, their confidence swelling with each repelled attack. The bombs, meant to cripple, only stirred the sea. A frustrating display of American presence. Then, a glimmer of hope. A patrol plane spotted something. A faint whisper across the waves. Radio crackled to life, an urgent message echoing through the vastness. The enemy, at last. A fleeting report, a fragment of truth. The colossal fleet, no longer just a haunting ghost. Japanese command, blinded by their own might, dismissed these early threats. Arrogance, a fatal flaw. Their arrogance grew, fueled by perceived ease. A dangerous companion in the vast, unforgiving ocean. But slowly, inexorably, the American trap tightened. Nimitz's daring play, poised for its reveal. Our brave sailors, still largely blind, held their positions. The tension, a heavy cloak over all. A profound quiet, a breathless hush, settled over the fleet. The calm before the inevitable storm. The sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in fiery hues. An unsuspecting fleet slept. The stage was set, the players in position. A fateful encounter about to change the world. The vast Pacific stretched, an ancient witness to dawn. Below, the carriers steamed, unaware of destiny's cruel turn. On their decks, the Kido Butai stirred, a hive of energy. Preparations for a glorious victory, they believed. Fuel flowed, precious and volatile. Ordnance lay exposed, awaiting its deadly journey, an unforeseen peril now. Each pilot, a warrior's heart, walked towards their machine. A final glance at the sky, filled with silent promise. Smoke from the stacks curled skyward, a serene morning. No hint of the terror that would soon engulf them. Then, a distant speck, a ghost on the horizon, unseen, unheard, yet inexorably drawing closer. One became many. A faint hum grew, a vibration felt deep within. The world shifted subtly. A sailor scanned, confusion clouding his gaze. What were these distant shapes, disturbing the peaceful sky? No longer a hum, but a roar, a scream from the heavens. The Dauntlesses plunged, angels of terrible fate. Alarm bells tore through the morning calm. Faces turned skyward, the dawning horror in every strained muscle. From east, from west, they descended. A synchronized assault, a moment of devastating, perfect timing. Above, a pilot's grim focus. The target filled his sight, a fleeting world on the ocean below. Anti-aircraft guns stirred, a desperate, defiant cough. Too late, perhaps, to avert the coming storm. One, then another, plunged. A terrifying shriek tore through the air, piercing every soul's quiet. On Akagi's deck, chaos erupted. Men scattered, a desperate, futile ballet against the inevitable. The first bomb detached, a dark, silent tear falling from the sky. Time seemed to slow. Then, a blinding flash, a roar. Akagi shuddered, pierced by the first, unforgiving blow. On Kaga, men watched, paralyzed by dread. Another dark shadow fell, sealing their collective fate. The deck ripped open, a terrible wound. Fuel tanks ignited, a cataclysm unleashed, roaring to life. Flames climbed, hungry and merciless. Kaga became an inferno, a funeral pyre amidst the waves. Soryu, too, felt the wrath. Each bomb a hammer blow, tearing through her steel heart. Explosions rippled, a symphony of destruction. Planes melted, twisted steel consumed by the hungry fire. The hoses, once life-giving, now gushed liquid fire. Each ruptured line fed the growing, insatiable beast. Black smoke billowed, towering monuments of despair. The sky itself seemed to weep over the burning ships. The attackers climbed, leaving devastation below. Their mission complete, but the horror just beginning. Three giants, once mighty, now burned. Akagi, Kaga, Soryu, a terrible trinity consumed by fire. From nearby ships, officers watched, their faces etched with disbelief, a nightmare unfolding before their eyes. Deep within, men fought the flames, their courage tested, a desperate, losing battle against the inferno. Hoses spewed water, a futile gesture against the rage. Fire's embrace was too strong, too consuming for them. Each fueled plane, a bomb itself, a chain reaction of doom, tearing through the once proud fleet. Steel groaned, then shattered. Debris rained down, mixed with the very essence of human life. Amidst the horror, humanity shone. A helping hand, a desperate plea, in the heart of chaos. The plumes converged, a dark shroud over the sea. The sun itself seemed to shy away from sight. A symphony of destruction, screams, explosions, the roar of fire. A sound etched into history's memory. An officer, uniform, singed, stared. His world, his dream, crumbling before his disbelieving eyes. Lives extinguished, dreams shattered. The cost was immense, a heavy toll paid in blood and despair. Once proud, now burning hulks. The Kaido Butai, once invincible, now just shattered, dying monuments. Back on American decks, a quiet relief, but also a heavy understanding of the human cost. The initial fury subsided, but the fires raged, a relentless consuming hunger taking its final toll. The sun dipped low, painting the smoke with hues of sorrow. A day of reckoning, forever etched into memory. A giant listed, her strength failing. The once proud flagship now succumbing to her wounds. Through twilight, Akagi burned, a beacon of devastation. A stark reminder of history's cruel hand. A tiny lifeboat, adrift on the vast sea. Survivors, haunted by the inferno they had barely escaped. 3 burning pyres against the encroaching night. The miracle of Midway, a turning point etched in fire. Amidst the smoke, a stubborn resolve ignited. Japan's last carrier, Hiryu, prepared for its desperate final stand. Brave souls, knowing their odds, launched into the vast blue, a defiant roar against overwhelming despair. Yorktown, a wounded warrior still afloat. Patched with spirit after Coral Sea, she soldiered on bravely. Across the calm Pacific, a new threat emerged. Shadows growing, bearing the mark of desperate vengeance. Then, the sky opened. Bombs rained down, a cruel storm upon her already weary deck. Fire and fury erupted, tearing at her steel heart. She shuddered, but still, she held fast. Another wave, relentless and swift. Torpedoes sliced through the ocean, finding their mark below. Her mighty frame now listing, broken. Yet, the human spirit fought on, against the encroaching darkness. Sweat and tears mingled with smoke. These men, they fought for her soul, with every last breath. Gravely wounded, she lingered on the surface, a silent, defiant witness to the day's terrible toll. But the hunt was not over. A fierce resolve now burned within the American heart. Through the endless blue, a shape emerged. Hiryu, Japan's last hope, now a hunted shadow. The hunters became the hunted. Justice, swift and terrible, descended upon her decks. Fire consumed her, a raging inferno. The last roar of a mighty fleet, silenced forevermore. With Hiryu, the heart of an empire's naval might was broken. A silent, devastating end. On his flagship, Yamamoto wrestled with fate, a burden too heavy for any one man to bear. The dream of Midway, now shattered. The terrible truth, impossible to deny any longer. With a heavy heart, the fateful words were spoken. Retreat, the invasion, now a lost cause. Under the somber stars they turned, a defeated armada, slowly vanishing into the vast emptiness. Yet, the pursuit continued. Though victory was won, vigilance remained across the dark waves. Meanwhile, Yorktown fought her own battle. Valiant efforts against an unstoppable cold enemy. A final, cruel blow. Yorktown's brave heart finally stilled, slipping beneath the dark waves. 2 fates, intertwined by war. One nation wounded, the other, utterly, irrevocably, broken. The waters of Midway whispered, forever changed, a profound turning point, shaping destinies across the vast Pacific. Midway wasn't just a battle, it was the hinge of fate, irrevocably altering the war's course. Japan's aggressive might, once formidable, was irrevocably broken. Their bold offensive thrusts now dulled. Priceless experience, years of training vanished in a flash. An elite generation lost, never to return. The momentum shifted, like the wind changing direction at sea. Japan lost its ability to dictate terms. With newfound strength, the Allies turned, from holding their breath to pushing forward, a resolute advance. The desperate days of defense, of merely enduring the storm, began to recede, becoming memory. Now, the maps unrolled with new purpose. The long journey to reclaim what was lost commenced. This victory paved the way for the grueling, island-by-island struggle a path forged through sacrifice. From this moment, the slow, bloody crawl across the vast Pacific began, one beach at a time. Each small rock, each patch of jungle, demanded a heavy toll, a relentless, unforgiving fight. Though fierce fighting lay ahead, Midway undeniably shortened the long, agonizing march to peace. By preserving carrier strength, it allowed industrial might to overwhelm, hastening the inevitable conclusion. And so, the scales of power remained balanced, preserving influence, shaping the post-war world order profoundly. Beyond the battlefield, new geopolitical realities emerged, a testament to the battle's far-reaching consequences. Remember the numbers: 4 against 8, a testament to courage, strategy, and sheer will. An impossible triumph, born of desperation and genius. A strategic victory rarely seen in history. The odds stacked so heavily, yet the human spirit, honed by necessity, found a way forward. The echoes of Midway live on, a lasting testament to what was won and what was lost. The unsung heroes of intelligence, whose silent work cracked the codes, guiding the brave to victory. A legacy of naval aviation, forged in fire, forever changing warfare, soaring towards new horizons. But most profoundly, the indomitable courage of those who fought, a spirit that never yields. And so, Midway whispers still, a profound story of fate, courage, and a war irrevocably turned. So, we reach the quiet shores of Midway's enduring legacy. It was always more than just a battle. No, it was a desperate gamble, a roll of the dice in the vast, unforgiving Pacific. And against all human expectation, that audacious, risky bet profoundly paid off for them. The ripples from that day forever changed the vast, unpredictable ocean of human history. Indeed, Midway stands as one of World War II's truly pivotal moments, a turning point so very stark. It's a quiet testament to the boundless, unwavering courage found deep within us all. A brilliant stroke of ingenuity, minds working tirelessly under immense, crushing pressure to succeed, and the silent, crucial whisper of intelligence guiding fateful, desperate decisions in the dark. This wasn't merely steel clashing against steel. It was the human spirit's fierce, desperate struggle. A lingering thought remains about the immense weight of choices made in those distant, perilous hours. If this profound story stirred your heart and mind, please gently tap the like button below. To uncover more such impossible triumphs from history, humbly join our shared journey here with us. Share your thoughts below. What other impossible victories shall we bravely explore together, dear friends? Your insights truly guide us. Until our next historical deep dive, stay curious, my dear friend.